Looking for her 21st win of the year. Going to start us off. Glad you're with us. Time of day with the sun almost exactly where Rybakina is standing. And I say good.
Switch way to go, but anyway.
Better late than never. New career high. Notwithstanding.
Changing the position on the return of serve. And to no avail. Rybakina no.
Title. To Pegula's strength that instinctively you might think a counterpuncher would enjoy a slower court, but she likes these conditions.
And now she's got a second serve to look at. Got to take advantage of those opportunities.
And how about a break out of the gate for Jessica Pegula? Awesome start here on Hard Rock as we welcome.
Stand on the return of serve, and if nothing else, the server is then looking to see where you're going to stand. So already you're taking their energy away from their own serve into what you're doing, and that's always helpful.
Jessica Pegula, 2-7.
All right, Jessie's serve has been on absolute lock through the first 3 rounds of this tournament. She's very familiar with this stadium, not just from the tennis, but because the Bills play here every year, division opponent. And that the player entrance for the tennis is the same as the visiting team entrance for the football. And here's a look at how buttoned up Jessie's serve has been through the first 3 matches she's played here in Miami. Martina, she is winning 86% of her first serve points, and nearly half, or now a third, of her serves have been unreturned.
That is where she improved the most. Before, years ago, for Jessie, she was just, if she got a freebie from the serve, that was a bonus. She was not serving as well or as hard. Now her location's better and the pace is bigger, making it so much easier for her to hold, and she's always been good at breaking, so that's why she's been shooting up the rankings.
So a love hold to follow Sabalenka in the final after holding championship point in that 3rd set tiebreak.
Yeah, Sabalenka won that match by a couple of inches, literally match point down. She hit 3 fantastic shots in a row, particularly the last backhand. Just cleared the net, just let it inside the sideline. Rybakina, by all appearances, she won the match, but it didn't happen.
Look at this.
15-40.
Chance for a double break on the tour's ace leader and one of the best holders of serve in women's tennis. In fact, nobody held serve more than Elena Rybakina last year across the full season. 82% of her service games won. Second best holder was Sabalenka at 77%.
That's quite a gap. That's a smart shot, but she's got to make it. A little flat-footed on that one. Could have done more with that backhand. Right idea, though. Hitting that little short slice would have been perfect, but yeah, she was just a little too close to the ball on that one. Opportunity missed.
Already the 17th service point for Rybakina. Pegula's played 4.
Physically and emotionally. Having to play defense.
And another forehand as we drop back into Hard Rock Stadium. Double break 3-love start for Jessica Pegula.
I think she's hitting it harder, although it's been failing her today so far, but I expect her to clean it up. She's got such a good technique, nothing to go wrong, so I think it was more mental than anything else with her.
Right on cue.
I would go with that option 2. Or that one.
Perhaps the folks at BetMGM are aware that Jessica Pegula has not squandered a match this year after winning the first set.
Yeah, see, they got a lot more information that goes in my brain. So there is that.
Just missed. Lost one on first serve. Rybakina winning barely half. All right, she is on the board. Has a little logo of a kangaroo for having won the Australian Open and a little logo of the Big Ben Tower for having won Wimbledon. It occurred to me that if you had one of those put on for all of your Grand Slams, there'd be no room for anything on the rest of the rack.
Well, no, there's a few that have more of those on their rack, could have on the racket bag, but yeah, they're getting fancy with this stuff today. They have it on their shoes, they have it on their clothing, they have it on the racket bag.
to pick up the half.
Because she's no expressions. You can't tell she's winning 5-1 or losing 5-1. Same body language, same demeanor.
Her 2 Grand Slam victories.
Either way, her momentum was going forward, so at least this way she had to make a left turn to get there. But the drop shot was just too high and not wide enough.
All right, so
there's no more surprise. What's going on?
yeah.
New balls and she's taking the pace off. Usually you can hit it harder.
But again, the kick. For the day right now, 83, humidity under 50%. We'll take that little bit of a breeze out of the east.
The schlep.
It's a schlep, and it's not safe to pedestrian yourself across, so they put a gondola in. Two unforced errors committed in that entire set by Jessie.
Amazing, amazing tennis. Great serving, great returning. Really didn't put a foot match. Servers, 12 winners.
That's it.
That is classic defending. Hit her. Handcuffing herself now by stepping in on that kick serve.
Yeah, she's trying to change it up, which is a good idea, but it's a tricky proposition on the kick serve because the ball just moves so much after the bounce. Hard to time it perfectly.
Points, but needs to protect that massive serve better. I mean, Jessie's been on a heater. This shouldn't surprise us. And she is beating big opponents.
Ranked above her, and that's what's changed this year. She's stepping on everybody's heels now. That serve was so scored, allowed her to get ahead in the service games. Easy holds.
More than 3,000 points behind. the Australian Open. Sabalenka is 2. What's interesting on that list, and we'll show it to you again after this point, is who's not on it.
I don't know where you're going.
Thought she had it. Step. So she's
Also, we had to study it, so there's that.
I bet you did. He's gonna make her hit another one, and she missed another one.
This is one I wish that coaching was not allowed. All right, that's the way to go. I think that's why she's taking some pace off and hitting more topspin. But still, did not have that on my bingo card.
Last season, nobody else even had 400.
It looks a little bit slower than usual.
I'd say now Vukov is just that much louder.
Maybe both.
That she had been on.
Yes.
Or anyone for that matter. That is just ridiculous.
She beat 3 top 10s en route to the Australian Open title. 5.
Rybakina taking extra time as she sneezed. You're excused. Foot 1 is really helpful on those kick serves. You can get on top of the ball easier. A step slower today, Rybakina. Or maybe Jessica's just hitting really good ground strokes. I'm not sure. But exposing a lack of speed, Pegula is. And she holds here.
Every second serve, she's going for the winner. More often than not, she's connected.
Right advice. Can she do that? As Rybakina does like to go with that kick serve out wide in the ad court when she's down 15-30 or break point.
Overhead. Oh, my goodness. Recovers after a rough opening set and draws even 2 against 5.
When Jessie had break points in that first set, she broke. In the second set, she had break points and that was it. Just a couple of points here and there would have been a different story.
only been into net 3 times.
Exactly. It's a bigger forehand conversion for Pegula. Not taking advantage of those opportunities when she
for
had them.
4 in that set.
Yeah, exactly.
Debilitating to a player, but she's so emotionally.
Of serve from Rybakina. She's like reading the serve better.
So physio getting ready to visit one of the players.
We have no idea who or why.
Sometimes we can hear it on the changeover when the player asks the chair and then the chair radios to Tournament HQ, but we didn't.
Change the direction of the ball. Gotta keep Rybakina on the run. Body serve works beautifully against a top player like that.
Another amazing day of tennis at Miami Open presented by Itaú. Here's a recap.
Yeah, I think Pegula's got to go for it a little bit more here. If she can. I don't see Rybakina beating herself. She needs 30.
But Sabalenka is on the docket tonight to retie it. A little finesse at the end.
That was a very well played point from Elena. Big point, big hold. And a must hold for Pegula here. The first serve, that's just too good.
Pegula in danger of going down a double break in this final set. First ball to last here on Tennis Channel today.
Set of tennis.
Look at the evolution of the return speeds. Look at Rybakina's first serve returns on the rise from way too much air under the drop shot, and here's
break point for Pegula. And that fan likes it. goes wide every time on the big point. Pegula did nothing wrong. Did nothing to show for it.
Another clean.
I know I'd be going down the middle, down the tee. We shall see.
She's
Wide
going
again?
wide again.
Yes.
Ugh. Time away from the opponent. You don't want to miss that deep, but that was a good hit.
Knowlesy's just a cool customer.
Yes, he is.
You see that move when she won the title in Dubai and she came over for the hug and
He's on the
he was on the phone? That was as
Classic.
good as it gets.
Classic. I feel like this is the game to break. Been a long one.
No, it went over. That's how I've seen it. I mean, I've seen it like this. Yeah, we can.
All right, so Jessie was going to ask for a video review here. She actually thinks that
Okay.
She thinks the first serve was not a let over the net.
The ball went through the nets.
She thinks it went through a hole in the net, or sometimes there ends up being a little gap between the tape and the top of the twine itself.
And Jessica should be able to tell that because the ball goes completely different trajectory when it goes through the net. I'm not sure how well we can see it on the video.
Ready?
This is Maria Cicak in the chair, one of the, if not the finest chair umpires on the WTA. So we have seen this occasionally where the ball goes through the net just under the tape.
Well, what can happen is there is a hole, but you don't see it because it's kind of hidden under the tape. And then if the ball hits it just right, it can go straight through. But it'll be hard to see on the replay.
This angle, I don't think is going to show.
Can you zoom it in on camera 1?
I think that was normal let cord.
All right, we're going to zoom in as much as we can.
Please. I want to see if the ball went through the net.
No.
It certainly seemed like it hit the top of the tape and went over.
Net camera.
I don't know what Jessie saw.
Camera.
Yeah, it'll be a first serve.
This is our best look from our bank of replays, and that.
Yeah, that went over the net.
Yeah.
Because when it goes through the net, it kind of goes.
It dies.
It dies and then it goes up. This goes up right away.
Yeah, to me it's over the net, correct?
Yeah.
It's over the net.
First serve.
So now
It's over the net.
I agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the video review, ball went over the net. Let's first.
Okay.
Off of it, but it was still that. Went over the net.
Certainly never met one that's like fiery, temperamental, and angry. And Knowlesy is on brand.
Yep. That's a fantastic shot from deep in. But Hakul was rebacking after that long break.
Jessie Pegula played a dominant first set in this match, won it 6-2. Rybakina caught a gear from there and leads 4-3 by a break in this final set. 2 service holds away from the semis. Can Pegula find her way into one of these return games?
Well, Mark Knowles, her coach, said you are going to get another chance. We shall see if Pegula can manufacture one here. This Rybakina is as cool a customer as you can get, and she's got the best serve in the game going for her.
That said, both players have tuned up the other's second serve today. All kinds of second return winners. Here's a look.
Taylor.
Her sixth ace to 14 for Rybakina. Two really good lobs. Rybakina had to course correct to get a forehand and retrieve the one that Jessie hit. And
been picking up those serves. It's not that she served worse, but I think Rybakina's return just gotten better. And that solves that problem. Another ace. So I think Jessica's games has fallen a little bit after the first set, but it was more Rybakina improving and particularly getting on top of the returns.
That was a must-hold for the American. She got it, but it'll be Rybakina serve. Tennis Channel's coverage of the Miami Open presented by Explora Journeys. Jessie Pegula got to 15-30 in the last Rybakina service game. Could not convert the break. She's got one more chance.
For them, so here we are.
I believe it already has driven you crazy.
There's a
13.
okay. And that return needs to.
As she's done all year long, Elena Rybakina chops another top 10 opponent.
Well, Jessica Pegula gave it all she had. She got off to a fast start, but Rybakina played the big points better in the second set, got her confidence. Here we go, 15 aces, and at the end, Rybakina dominated her service games, and that's all it took.
So fifth straight win for Rybakina over Jessie Pegula. It was the fifth straight year that Jessie's made the quarterfinals here in Miami, but the run stops. on her forehand, on her returns, and the future's bright, right?
Yeah, future's bright. I think the only thing she can do better, the main thing where she can do better is get to the net more. She's got a great net game. Use it. She did it better in that final set. But overall, really love how she's playing the game. She's much more proactive, taking chances. And just a couple points in that second set made all the difference.
Right, so we check out coming in the other semifinal, Goff against Mukova, possible semifinal.
Well, that's how I would like to pronounce it.
Okay, well, that's how he pronounces it. We'll
There you go.
do our best. Rybakina got outplayed in the first set. Jessie Pegula broke her in the first 2 service games she had in the match, but Rybakina battened down the hatches from there. Thumbs up all the way as she makes it to another 1,000 level semifinal. We'll check in with Steve and the gang on the desk as our Wednesday coverage from Miami continues. Thanks, Jim.